Hi guys, welcome back to Tame Your MBM. That's Tame Your Mind, Your Body, and Your Money. So today I'm going to be talking about just some of the books that I've read that I felt had a lot of value and enriched me in terms of this, Tame Your MBM journey that I'm on. So I think we've all heard of this book. It's by Robert Kiyosaki and it's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. There you go. Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is a must read. As you can see, it's not a big book. I mean, this I literally got, I think I read all of it during a flight. I think I had like a 4-hour flight somewhere and I literally got done with this book. So the one thing I like about this book is like today I want to say I'm going to talk about money, but it's really also about the mind. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. So we're going to talk about taming your mind as well as taming your money. Okay. And this book captures everything about how to make money, but more importantly, right, the bottom line is how to train your mindset, right? It's all about psychology, the psyche, manifestations, what you put out into the world, how you manifest, right, the type of life you want, and you work towards it too. Because not just, again, if you haven't seen the episode I did on procrastination, watch it here. But it's not all about, or like they say, faith without works is dead. So this talks about how you can make money, but then it's also how you can put work into it, right? To manifest the wealth that you're craving. So the one thing I like about this book is, and as you can see, it's Rich Dad Poor Dad. So basically, what it is he has two dads. Now, whether that's really true, he had two dads, I don't know, but he had two father figures in his life, and he was able to like compare, the psychology of both dads, and that helps to frame his life and why he wrote this book, right? So pretty much, and I'll just read some of the excerpts, from this book. So like he said here, I had two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. One was highly educated and intelligent. He had a PhD, completed 4 years undergraduate study in less than 2 years, went to Stanford University, the Ivy Leagues and all of that. And then the other father never finished 8th grade. Both men were successful in their careers. And there's one here that says, my two dads had opposing attitudes, and that affected the way they thought. One dad thought that the rich should pay more taxes to help take care of those less fortunate. The other said taxes punish those who produce and reward those who don't produce. That's key. One dad recommended study hard so you can find a good company to work for. The other recommended study hard so you can find a good company to buy. Do you see the differences in the mentality? One is like, oh yes, you're going to study hard so you can get good grades and get a good job. One is probably, no, I'm going to study hard, right? Get good grades and then become a businessman so that I can employ people. Do you understand? One dad said, the reason I'm not rich is because I have you kids. The other said, the reason I must be rich is because I have you kids. Right? It's one encouraged talking about money and businesses at the dinner table, while the other forbade the subject of money to be discussed over a meal. One said, when it comes to money, play it safe. Don't take risks. The other said, learn to manage risk. Right? So one said, with our home is our largest investment and our greatest asset. The other believed, my house is a liability. And if your house is your large investment or your largest investment, then you're in trouble. So it is, and you find this dichotomy, throughout the book. Here again, my poor dad would say, I'm not interested in money, or money doesn't matter. My rich dad always said, money is power. And we know that money is power. Time, not money, So I think what I got from this book really is that the difference, right? The difference, at least in my opinion or my understanding, my takeaway from the book is that the difference between someone who's rich or wealthy, right? Because you can be rich without being wealthy, but the difference between the rich and the poor is the mindset, right? And how they go about life. It's all about the attitude, right? It's all about how do you, when problems are presented to you or when obstacles come in your way, how do you treat those obstacles or how do you perceive them, right? Are you of the mindset of, oh my goodness, I'm trying to, so let's take something, right? You're trying to buy your first house. you're trying to buy a house. You've been living in an apartment or living with your parents and like, hey, you know what? I want to buy our first house. But for some reason, things are just coming in the way. Life happens. Maybe the savings that you've been saving, something happens and all that, you have to spend it. So now two people could have two different mentalities. One could just have the defeatist mentality or attitude and just say, hey, you know what? Oh my goodness, I've been trying, and something always just comes up. So, I just give up. I don't even know when this is going to happen again. Just go and give up. The other has a progressive attitude. Just say, okay, you know what? Yes, I've been trying to save. And yes, I know I've been chipping away at the savings because XYZ is happening. How can I make more money? How can I bring in more money so that I can save faster, right? And go get that house faster. You see the differences in the mentality? One is defeatist. Oh my goodness, there's this problem and it just seems unsurmountable. The other sees the problem and it's like, no, I can surmount it. But how can I go about it? And guys, guess what? The minute you have more of a possibilities attitude, more of a, okay, I'm faced with this problem right now, but it's not the end of the world. I am faced with this problem, but I can surmount it. Once you have that kind of attitude versus a defeatist attitude, the universe provides help, right? Because you put the thought volition out there and you're like, hey, you know what? I must be in my first house by next summer, right? Come what come may. But you're chatting, you're like, oh my goodness, well, how do I get there? Okay, I need to have, X amount of down payments. I need to do this. I need to go and find a realtor. I need to do it. Do you understand? But because you're already thinking about it and because you already have a positive attitude about it, what you find is you will start to find people who will be placed in your path, or things will just start to happen, right? Things will just start to happen. The Almighty, that's how it always works. Things will just start to happen. Before you know it, 1, 2, 3, 4, next summer, we just come by, you've bought your first house. Versus having that defeatist attitude where you're like, oh my goodness, I don't even know, I give up. I've been trying, and something just always comes up, I just try. The very fact that you've just given up, or that attitude of just giving up, you've closed yourself up to opportunities. This book, and there's so many other books. I'm going to be doing, I think some of my money series, I'll be, picking up books like this, and some of my mindset series, I'll be picking up books. This is a must read, just real quick, but it really helps you just see things from a different perspective. And I think I particularly like the way he draws the two dichotomies, between the two dads. But I think really the two dads is just really, the two types of mindsets people can have. So I hope that from today on, you're gonna make the resolve to have more of a possibilities mindset. More of an I can do attitude, right? I can do this. I can surmount this. Nothing is impossible. Let's do this. Versus a defeatist attitude where you're like, oh my goodness, I can't do it. Oh, there's no solution. Oh my goodness, I'm finished. Oh, what do we do now? In short, I give up. Yeah. So let's have more of this type of attitude, a can-do attitude, and you see the possibilities starting to unravel. You see how destiny helpers will be placed on your way versus oh my goodness, I can't do it. I've been trying, no road. I've hit rock bottom. I don't know what to do again. I give up. So we have more of this attitude and less of this. Okay? We can do this, guys. It's all in the mind. Okay? Until the next time. I like doing this, so I'll see you next time. In other words, next time, it's all in the mind. Have a good one. Don't forget to. They're not. They see he should be endorsing. He should be paying me for endorsing his book. But no, guys, it's a very good read. Okay.